I gotta tell you, collective, I don't know what the heck you need to hear right now. All I know is that there has been delay after block after delay after block after delay after block after absolutely not trying to get you this message, okay? So, we're just gonna sit here and we're gonna break it down. I love you dearly. Welcome in. My name is Julia Rose. I'm a psychic medium and Reiki master, and I pray this message finds you at the precise time you need it. Take what resonates and leave the rest for everyone else to find, as these are collective, timeless messages, even if I do talk about a little bit of timely stuff. So, first of all, holy Schumann resonance. Let's talk about it. I'm recording this on September 16th, 2025. Yesterday, we had energy coming through. It was like absolute weighted blanket. Oh my God, Lola. This is what I mean. Delay after delay after delay after interruption after interruption after absolutely not. Okay? So, what the hell do you need to know? You're still gonna get there. You're still gonna get there. I know it's like one thing after another, after another, after another. Oh my God, you're still gonna get there. This energy, I feel like things are so not happening the way that you were expecting them to that you just want to cry. Like, you just want to break down and cry. What was I even talking about before I got interrupted? Okay. I was talking about the energy yesterday, September 15th, Monday. Okay. It was, oh boy, it was a lot. It was feeling like gravity was 4 times as strong. It was hard to do anything in that energy. Okay, so if you were feeling like, oh my God, I had to do this, that, and the other, and you didn't get any of it done, please don't beat yourself up about that, okay? Because that was really hard energy for everyone. Schumann resonance is off the charts right now because Gaia's trying to recalibrate and her magnetic pulse is changing in order to open up to receiving new energies, okay? So on a more 3D scale, when that's happening, there's a massive awakening in the collective. A lot of souls just suddenly, holy mackerel, figuring out what's happening, okay? So when that happens, y'all who've been awake for a little minute are like, oh my God, why am I so drained and tired? It's because you're holding space. You're holding space for the earth to shift into her new frequency, which is quite literally what you volunteered to do when you came here. You're also holding space for the souls that are starting to wake up, okay? You're literally holding that space in your body, literally in your vessel. So when you're exhausted, when you have new food cravings, when you feel like you're supposed to be doing things and you can't do them, or there's 100 million delays, like trying to get this video out and started, just breathe, okay? Just breathe. All is well, all in due time, all in divine time. That doesn't mean that it has to be according to your schedule or even what you were told 3 weeks ago. Okay? All these things can change. Things can change. Because of free will, things can change. I'm getting, yeah, literally. So, pulling some goddess oracle messages today. We have Maeve coming through with cycles and rhythms. Honor the cycles of your body, energy levels, and emotions. So, for some of you, this has been bringing up a lot of really intense knee jerk reactions. For some of you, this is like spirit's bringing around a lot of tests, I want to say, to have you see if you're emotionally evolved. And I want to say that's kind of cruel, but you also know that you've been asking for this, okay? You've been doing the work so well that spirit said, okay, light worker is ready. You're ready. You're ready to see if, okay, they've been doing the talk, they've been doing the work, they've been chipping away at that block. Are they actually ready? Is it actually time now? Okay? So you wouldn't be getting all of these delays. Of course, it's eclipse season too, so of course everything's going different than how you expected it to. It's eclipse season. Let eclipse season be eclipse season, okay? This is, yes, this is a time for you to be consciously connecting to your guides, consciously connecting to your angels. Some of you already have a very direct link, but in these turbulent energies, in these emotionally turbulent and in an individual, like in an individualized way, but also globally, it's really, really important that you're taking extra time to be intentional about tapping in and tuning in and connecting with your inner wisdom as well as your guides' wisdom for you, your angels' medicine. Okay? They're needing you to create that sacred space. This says Nemetona, sacred space. Create an altar or visit a power place to connect with the divine. And that doesn't have to look like going to a temple, going to a church. It can literally be what what practices do you engage in when you feel most tapped in, tuned in, turned on, or most holy, I want to say. Where and when do you feel most holy? What are you doing? Who are you surrounded by? Where are you? So, more of that right now. Even if it's working to create more of that internal sanctuary that you've been redirected inwards at this time to just trust that you know how to tap into that. I feel like that's a huge message for you too. All of these unexpected explosions, tower moments I'm seeing, all these unexpected tower moments or redirects have been really challenging you to find that inner sanctuary and tune into that and hang on to it for dear life. I want to say you're doing better than you think. If you haven't been getting that validation, which I know you have, I know you have, you're doing better than you think, okay? What else do the goddesses need you to know with this energy? Just again, I'm hearing be so patient with yourself, be so gentle with yourself, and please honor and recognize how evolved your reactions are to these things. Okay, because there might have been a time a year ago when you couldn't have responded to these things or situations or these unexpected interventions in the way that you're responding to them now. That's too many cards. So really give yourself a pat on the back, spirit saying, give yourself some credit. They're like yelling. Okay. Some of you might be working with different types of sage, different types of medicine. I say good on you, whatever works for you, whatever feels right for you, do you. Yeah, it feels like, oh my gosh, you're needing a lot of resetting physically, emotionally, and mentally right now. So take the time that you've been given for that. You've been given a lot of time and space for that. Okay? And that's not without reason. Ooh. Yeah, all of these cards want to come flying out. That's really interesting. Okay, yeah. Ishtar with boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. This could also be the things that you do when you crawl back or when you're forced back into a space of uncertainty. I do kind of want to say crawling though, because it feels a little bit like these are things that you do or have done when you get really overwhelmed. So it's like where can you're like redirecting your brain to something that just numbs you, and spirit's wanting you to stop trying to run from these feelings of discomfort, because they're trying to teach you more about yourself. They're trying to show you how you can show up for yourself differently by really understanding what your needs are instead of avoiding them, okay? Your needs can only be met in the present, and spirit is showing you that the things that you've been doing to kind of avoid that are really just filling space and time and wasting it for you, okay? And you don't have a lot of time to waste. There's a reason all of these lessons are starting to happen so quickly. It's because you're needing to is there a different deck? Ooh, I like that one. Um it's because you're needing to understand that there's more to this. Yes, literally, thank you, spirit. On the bottom of the deck here, we have the tower equivalent, light and the unexpected, number 16, okay? So, if there's just a little bit more happening here than you're really understanding. Ooh, some of you could be using lavender or like burning lavender, keeping lavender near you, keeping lavender essential oil in the diffuser, lavender incense. I'm just getting like purples and lavender everything. Lavender everything. Yeah, because that is pure white sage, okay? And that smells like lavender. There's no reason it should smell like lavender. So, um, lavender, lavender, lavender. If you're needing to slow down, if you're needing to soothe your mind, lavender is the way to go. All right? They're just saying, be calm, all is well. Ooh, I love this temperance energy coming out. I wanted to say justice, but it's temperance. Number 14, in balance. That's a nice peachy color. Ooh, you are epic. Number 4. 4 of Wands energy. Or 4 of Swords, depending on how you look at things. Uh-huh. I knew this card. I knew there was one deck that really wanted to speak that was going to make a lot of sense for you. And the edge of evolution feels messy. Oh my gosh, that lavender smells so good. Where even is it coming from? What the heck? Ooh. So, I'm sorry, I'm like a little kid with my like nose up in a flower. Mm. So the edge of evolution feels messy. That's number 40. 0440 140440. 1444. You could be seeing 444. You could be seeing all of the angel numbers that come in threes, like 111, 222, 333, all with the number 1 before it. And there's a reader that I watch that talks about that kind of being you putting yourself in all of those situations. You putting yourself first in all of those situations. Like prioritizing a new beginning with all of these cycles that are coming to completion. So like protection in the sense that 444 is about protection and grounding, right? It's about your stability, it's about your foundation. It's also about your endurance, I want to say. Like your pursuit of something with determination. Whether you look at that as any of the knights in the tarot, or it really just depends on, again, what energy resonates most with you. So when you put the 1 in front of that, it's like, okay, you're understanding now that everything that you're being protected from, everything that is being taken away, or everything that is changing in your life right now is for the sake of your new beginning. It's for the sake of your new cycle when you start to see the 1s in front of that. So if you're seeing 222, but you're seeing 1222, 222 is about making new choices. It's also about trusting the timing of things, so that if you're feeling like you want to jump the gun, but you don't feel 100% confident in that decision, that's your reminder to say, hey, hold on. Hold on. Is jumping into that thing gonna really bring you that new beginning you've been looking for? Because we've been in massive 999 energy, okay? With all of these eclipses. All of these things that you're doing now, you're starting to tie your current present moment actions towards the new beginnings that you're aiming to create. Not, oh my God, it's the same thing over and over again. No, you're saying, you know what? This is all happening now because this is the time I get to complete it. This is the test. I'm going to pass the freaking test. That's what you're saying to yourself. And Spirit's like, yeah, you are. On the bottom of the deck, it says 2. Can't even make it up. Oh, 2. Overrate your intuition, okay? Overrate your intuition, which tells me that there are certain things that you've been doubting, certain things that you've been called to do or called to stop doing, and you haven't been doing it, okay? When you have guidance and you resist it, why do you resist it? It's a very human thing to do, but the more you know your limitations, and the more you know the way you operate, that's the whole point of this. You know the way you operate so you can start to you learn how you operate so you can start to choose consciously instead of operating unconsciously or on autopilot. So as you're starting to become aware of these things that you're like, well, that's weird. What the heck? I hate that I react to that like that. See, you can't even make it up. You literally cannot even make this up. But Okay, what flew out first? Here's that flashbang of a perspective coming in saying, whoa, we're going to change things up so you can start to see things differently. So you can start to see yourself differently. We've been talking to you about your self-talk. We've been talking to you about your self-confidence. We've been talking to you about your goals and your dreams. But what the heck are you actually saying to yourself? What the heck are you actually doing with your time? When push comes to shove, where are the chips going to fall? And how are you going to react to things? Because there's changes. Change is a brewing. Number 10. Again, the 1 with the 0. It's this, all of this happening again now for your full circle completion, okay? So that when you go through all of these lessons again, it's like, check, I completed that. Spirit, what's my prize? No, I'm kidding. But feed your artist, number, what is that? 28. Ooh, I like that a lot. Feed your artist. So that's also about what is it that inspires you when you're feeling disconnected or tapped out, tuned out, like you're scrambling around in a dark room with a bunch of clutter in it. Okay? What do you do that reconnects you to that sense of openness and wonder? What do you do? What can you do? Or what now that you know what you actually enjoy? What can you get yourself to do anyway that you know will put you back in the energy you want to be in? How's that for accountability? That's this test. Not, okay, spirit, can you just fix my energy? How do you take action based on the way that you feel? And how do you take action to regulate the way that you feel? Ooh, that's important. That's important, especially with where you guys are headed. That's important. Haha. Exactly. 48. Get back to elemental. This is all about the basics. All about getting back to, okay, 1 plus 1 equals 2. 2 plus 3 equals 5. No need for calculus here when basic algebra will just do it, okay? You're not in an energy where you have the ability to overcomplicate things for no reason anymore, okay? You don't need to do that. You just need to do what's next. Quite literally, you guys are too exhausted to be thinking about things that haven't even happened yet. You already know what's right in front of you and you know what you need to do, but you're like, oh, but it's not that thing that I want so bad. But the thing that you want so bad comes when you start to do all these things that are right in front of you, okay? And that's starting with honoring the way that you feel right now and not trying to just force yourself out of an energy that you're experiencing, not just trying to force yourself out of an emotion, because shouldn't be like that. Well, says who? Says people who don't know how to express themselves and hold space for themselves, but not you. Not you. Not you. So be for yourself how you would show up for your best friend. Okay? Be for yourself how you would show up for your partner. Okay? Because that's the energy that magnetizes everything to you. You can't even make it up. What does that say? Success. Success in transformation. Uh-huh. Oh, because why? You put yourself first. Number 13, that's also the death card. That's also a guaranteed transformation. That's a, okay, well, ready or not, here you freaking go. Get a move on. I love that because you're finally like, oh yeah, oh my spirit. Oh my Krishna. Oh my literal Lord. Oh my literal God. Okay? Because we go from changes here with number 10 and the flower of life kind of like blooming. It's like literally we're in fall where I'm at right now. I'm in PA. So the leaves are already starting to turn. I woke up today and I was like, it is cold on the next level. Like yesterday it was still summer. Today it just was like, and now it's fall. Like, okay, sure, why not? But it feels like I want to say, is this like something like the seed of life here? That pretty symbol in the gratitude again, number 37. Oh, that's pretty. I like that energy a lot for you. It's like you're starting to understand how all of the little steps are adding up. You couldn't see that when you didn't have a clear vision of who you were and what you really wanted, but now you understand why you do things, okay? Now you understand why you want certain things. Now you understand why you are worthy of the things that you want. Now you get it. Oh, wow. That's powerful, Spirit. The reason this period of time right now is so testy, it feels really testy, because there have been certain ways that you behaved or reacted unconsciously or automatically to that you were not pleased with. Literally, why so glitchy today? I'm telling you, so many things did not want this message to come out. I'm not even okay. Okay? This is you literally glitching your reality because you're starting to understand why you're going through this test. It's not a punishment. It's not, well, F you, you did everything you were told, and now we're just gonna rip everything away from you. No. No. It's because there was something that was still holding you back that you couldn't see, or that you knew you didn't have the ability to change yet. But now, because all of the foundation work for 444 has been laid, with the one in the beginning of that, you're ready to make a new choice. You're ready to behave differently about this foundation that you have. Okay? You're ready to be the person you always knew you were. And for some of you, this was contingent upon certain connections healing, or at least the way you operate or perceive these connections operate in them. For others of you, this is about um your surrender for in your faith. Like it's about the way you understand your personal philosophy. You relate to source, you relate to religion, you relate to God. For some of you, it's about that. For some of you, it's about a certain job or a career or a workplace. Like you needed to understand that there was still some resentment that was built up around something, okay? Yeah, holy shit, we're gonna get there in a second. Excuse me. I've been good. Oh my lord, can you stop it? Can you literally freaking stop, Spirit? Like I've had it with the spiders. I've had it with the spiders. I've had it. They're everywhere. I'm done. But I'm gonna take that as confirmation because I literally, what the heck? Oh my god, I almost touched it. That almost gave me a heart attack. Ooh, was that even there like 10 minutes ago? Oh my god. Ugh. Where's my paper towels? No. Are they not even here anymore? I should have them. Okay, anyways, focus. Show must go on. Okay. Literally, you have to understand you're breaking out of this old paradigm. Some of you could literally be seeing dead bugs everywhere. You could be seeing dead spiders, dead freaking anything. Okay? To tell you about this radical ending. It's not just like, oh yeah, death and rebirth. Like, no. Every single death and rebirth that you've been through up to this point has mostly been on an energetic level that has then affected your physicality. What's different now is that you are actually going through this death and rebirth so that you can be at one with and in absolute harmony with your physical being. And from there, you're creating with all dimensions of you at all times. Like, I mean, this is not just a level up. This is not just a glow up. This is what the F, your whole life is changing right now. Who you are, you have never known. Okay? Who you are, you have never known. You literally have never known who you are. You always had an idea, you always had a feeling, you always like were looking for something to show for it, but you didn't understand that this was about timing. This was about spirit couldn't have you out here ripping holes through space-time before it was time. Okay? There was a time and place for you to be completely activated in the truth of your being. 38 adds to 11. Soul on fire. There was a time and place for this. Okay? Well, don't be sarcastic with me now, Spirit. I'm still upset about that spider. You have to understand, because you could not see clearly who you are and why you deserve beautiful things in your life, Spirit had to create with you, at the permission of your higher self and source, all of these little like obstacle courses. I'm seeing like it's like game day. It's like the freaking Amazing Race, okay? Or what was that? That was show Dog Eat Dog. Anyone remember that? Um, where it's just like you had to just duke it out with these aspects of you that were just running wild, okay? You just had to duke it out. You had no idea who the F you were. You had literally no idea. You had literally no idea. You had no idea your own strength, your own intelligence, your own goodness. You had no idea. You literally had no idea. And you can be like, you can't just sit here and be like, oh, but I knew. And if I, but like, I shouldn't have made those choices and I shouldn't have been like that. Well, obviously, if you knew better, you would do better. If you knew better, you would do better. And now you know better, so you're doing better. It's not complicated. Nobody hates you. Nobody hates you. Literally, people get annoyed by the fact that nobody hates you, okay? So your old paradigm is destructing. And I want to say matrix, I want to say your old like web, your old fabric of reality, but literally you're not going to even be existing within the same rules. You know how you like level up? You know how you level up in a video game? Again, I'm not a gamer, but I know a lot of you guys are, so you kind of understand this reference. You have to bear with me for my lack of know-how on anything related to this, okay? Throat chakra activations AF. But you really, you know what? My spirit guides are being so sassy right now, and I need you to just stop. I just need you to. You know how you kind of you level up, but certain things are locked. It's like you're not even. It's like you're not even a player in the game anymore. Where you're going to literally be like writing, like you're getting to a point where the code is now of like flexible. Like the coding is flexible, okay? And it's according to your intention. So like you went through beginner, intermediate, master level, expert, whatever the levels are. Now you beat expert level. You're going through the test on expert level right now. Because where you go hasn't been created. Where you're headed has not existed yet on Earth. I need you to understand that. Earth's entire planet, this entire planet is shifting in consciousness because God above decided, beings above decided that this planet was ready to be a different kind of school for a different kind of soul, for souls who have more experience, okay? So the things that you're here to do quite literally have not existed yet. That means you came into this life with the know-how of how to do it. Which is why all of your freaking lessons have been about, well, how do you trust yourself? How do you feel comfortable beating to your own drum or dancing to the beat of your own drum, whatever. How do you figure out who you are when everyone and everything else is trying to make you a reflection of something? Okay? How do you learn to operate as a source of light instead of a reaction to reflections? Do you see? And because you're getting to a point now where you're starting to understand, like, no, you were never a terrible person. You might have been misinformed. You might have been around certain places or circumstances where certain opportunities weren't available to you. You were never the problem. You can't be a light worker here and be the problem, okay? It's not how it works. So I need you to just let go of that, okay? I need you to let go of it. You're just done. You're just done with the way things have been. You've been done for a really long time at a soul level, but it has just taken this long to manifest from the inside out. And I'm telling you, it is divinely guided. And if you felt like, oh, things were going so great, and then 5 years ago is just like face planted again, well, do you know why? It's because you were too ready for the earth. You were too ready. Mass consciousness was not there yet. Enough people were not on the level you were at. And if some of you, your missions were like, oh, spirit just decided, okay, well, they're not they're gonna change too much too fast, so we're not ready to have that happen yet. We're not ready to have that happen yet. Collaboration of souls number 6. We're not ready to have that happen yet. Then they would have made you learn a lot more. And you needed that life experience, believe me. Spirit does nothing without purpose. Everything serves a function. Everything has a reason. Everything has a reason. And when you're here to operate at your truest, most vibrant self, just existing and creating and living and loving, that paradigm changes so much. That literal life, literal earth was not ready. Humanity was not ready, and that's okay. That's okay. Page of Pentacles says, yeah, you've been learning a lot. And now it's going to be time for you to learn something new. Okay? We're going to take that one, not those. 3 of Pentacles says it's been about the freaking timing. You can't even make that up. You've been like, spirit, 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 please, please, please. I'm ready for my next exam. I'm ready for my next exam. I'm ready for my next exam. This is my price for entry. This is my price for entry to the new paradigm. I've got my payment. I'm ready. And they were like, just for a really long time. A really, 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 really long time. So maybe some of you caught that reference. But anyways, now tell us, spirit. Tell us it changed. Tell us the timing of everything, the chimes. Maybe some of you are hearing like a grandfather clock. Ding dong, ding dong. Not quite like bells or church bells, maybe church bells for some of you, but it feels like the really long, really loud, like bells of a monastery, even. I'm just hearing like gong, gong, like that kind of thing. But maybe you're even hearing like the hour, like it's the new hour. Something about like the turn of the hour, top of the hour. That's really significant here for some of you. Again, you're hearing church bells ring. That's funny. I heard the church bells and then I heard that you're hearing church bells ring. Oh my God, you can't even make it up. They were like, you were like, spirit, I'm ready. You're like, I've been studying, I've been taking all the tests, and here, my cake didn't fall apart, and look at my little pretty pentacle sitting on top of it so perfectly, okay? Okay, so please, 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 you told me I won. You told me I won the contest. You told me I passed all my tests and that this is my reward, but now I'm using that to pay in and pay up for the next upgrade. Here, let me in. Let me take the test. Let me take the test. Let me get my new assignment. Please, let me get my new assignment. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. Please, I'm so ready. I'm so ready. And what you didn't know is that it wasn't just a new assignment. This was a whole initiation. Okay? This was a whole initiation, said the Hierophant. This was a whole body, mind, spirit, purge, reset, renew. Some of you, it's like you're a different spirit in your body. For some of you, it's like a new body for your spirit. You're like, something about you is completely different. Completely. And that's making everything completely different, okay? Whatever side of the pendulum you were on there, haha. But side of the coin. Whatever side of the coin you were on there, okay? I'm so mad about that still, spirit. Don't even with me right now. But do you understand? I don't think you understand. It's just here, okay? Literally, you don't understand how powerful your intentions are, which is why Spirit has been forcing you to slow down and just be present. You can't be creating from out there because your power is here. You can't be creating like 50 years from now. You can't be creating from 5 years from now when your physical form is here. Maybe you guys meditate and you timeline hop and you look into the future, but that's only up here still. It exists somewhere, it's just not right in front of you yet, which means your attention is not needed there quite yet. It's good for inspiration, it's good to help you stay motivated to know where you're going, but you need to understand that your ability to influence reality is here and now. It is right here, it is right now. And this is what you're being activated for. These new timelines are trying to get you to a level where you can create now. Some of you, your manifestations are starting to add up and speed up. I meant to say speed up, but Spirit's saying add up, okay? So just keep showing up. Just keep showing up step by step, moment by moment. Oh my God, they're saying that's the message. And again, temperance energy, I told you it was there at the beginning. Yeah, it's all adding up. 9 of Wands. The lesson, the hard earned, like your stripes, your light worker stripes, your black belt in light worker karate, spiritual karate, has been, it's paying off. You're passing the tests, okay? Temperance says chill out though. Chill out because you probably are going to start feeling like you're in a washing machine with everything going up and down and around and being shaken out of you. Chill. Chill. Your angels and your guides are with you. They're here for you every step of the way. I feel like you might give this another 14 weeks for some of you. Give it another 14 weeks. How many months is that? It's about 5 months. 4.5, 5 months, okay? And I was just gonna say, maybe give it till January of 2026. Give it till the new year, okay? Give it till roughly the new year. And literally, if you just keep showing up every single day, step by step, I swear to God, you will not even recognize yourself. Okay? You don't need to know what's happening then. But you're going to be so amazed and so empowered. You're going to be like, oh my God, like I knew I could always do it. I just didn't know that these parts of me were not on the same page. And now that we're all like, all of the parts of you are cohesive and congruent, they're in harmony and in happy conversation, like, well, maybe we do this, well, maybe we do that, well, how about we find a common ground? Because you're negotiating for the best of all of you. It's just smooth sailing ahead. And I just mean in the way that you're understanding how you operate, okay? You're showing up with more compassion than you've ever had before, more discipline, more openness, more excitement, more artistry, more who gives an F showing up in your true freak flag, okay? Who cares? Who cares? Nobody hates you. I'm gonna say it again. Nobody hates you. You're the kind of person people get jealous of, but not the kind of person people hate, okay? So, again, you're good. You're good. You're good. We got a lot to discuss and break down over the next few months of like I want to talk about what's going to look like for the next few months for you over on Patreon, okay? We might even get a little taste of what's coming in next year cuz that'll be like 5-6 months from now, right? Ooh. All right, I will see you over there. I love you so much. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy you clicked on this video. Let me know in the comments what resonated with you. And then again, if you want to join me on Patreon to check out the other half of this video, we're gonna dive into it. You can find the link in the description box. Also, you can find my website to book readings and Reiki healing sessions with me there. So I will see you in the next one. Bye.